Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, July 10th, and my name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome, everybody. Actually, it's not really Friday, July 10th in my world. It's Saturday, July 4th. However, I'm getting ready to organize my yarn. It's currently all over the place following my recent move, and I'm going to sort out the yarn cabinet and the yarn that's in my office. So I thought I'd bring you along with me and just let you see all the yarn. It's all bagged up, but you can kind of see how I'm sorting it and what I've decided to do with it. All right, come along with me and hopefully it's interesting video. We hope. All right. Okay, all of my yarn is in my yarn cabinet here. Doors are kind of out of whack because of the move, so I got to get those tightened up. My husband's going to do that for me. And I just literally unpacked the yarn, threw it in there, didn't go through it or sort it. The good news is that I now have a little bit more storage room in the cabinet. At our old house, I had, in addition to all the yarn in there, I had a whole section that had my computer printer and some office supplies. So I've reclaimed that space just for the yarn. So I'm gonna open it. Don't be scared. I'm a little scared, honestly, to see what's gonna fall out. All right, here we go. There we go. That's the top. The bottom. You can't really see all of the bottom, but there, I'll tilt you. This box right here is more yarn also. This is my knitting for olive yarn that I have left. Random plastic yarn bag. This is some bamboo yarn from Theodora's Pearls. Actually, I guess it's a combination of that and some gray yarn. I don't even know what the other gray yarn is. No clue. I'm going to try to sort things by color. So I'm going to set stacks based on color just to keep everything, semi-organized. This is some Noro yarn that I had actually up on display in my office at the other place. I think I actually might put this back on display because it is beautiful. I do have someone that reached out to me on Ravelry about buying this yarn, and I might be selling it because I only have the one skein and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to set this aside over here on that side. Oh, this is my bag of art supplies. Actually, it's watercolor supplies. For my birthday this year, I asked for a bunch of watercolor supplies because I want to learn how to watercolor. So I haven't done anything with them yet because I've been so busy since my birthday. So right now it's just been in there. I'm going to pull it out and we're going to get it organized at some point and figure out what I'm going to do with it. I'm maybe going to start watercoloring. I will most definitely. Maybe today. We'll see. All right. Hang on. All right. If you hear tippy, 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 it's my dog, one of the dogs. Most likely my dog Cookie, the Shih Tzu, the rescue. She is following my husband around and she's very curious about everything. This is my hand spun yarn. So definitely want to knit something with that. Then I've got some yarn to go with it. It's in the pink family, so I'm gonna put it kind of in a pile with the pinks. I'm gonna put this in a pile with pinks also. These are my yellow yarns, combination. Let's see. I think I have, well, I definitely have some leftovers from Stranded Dye Works. Some of this is Arlene Carlos. I think that's some leftover sock yarn from some socks I knit earlier this year. Okay, yellow will go behind me. Oh, these are so beautiful. Crinkle Crinkle, sorry, I should have warned you. This is my Hedgehog Fibers bulky, and I was gonna knit a hat with this. I might still, we'll see, we'll see. All right, that's going in kind of the reddish pile, so pink reds. Oh, this is my sweater quantity of La Bien-Aimée. Cordell, I ended up, well, I started to knit with this, and then I realized it's really rough and not really for me. All right, so some of this yarn is sealed in Ziploc bags. Some is just like in a bag that's open. I really should seal it all, and I might do that as I put things away. All right, this is down the red pink area. Oh, okay. These are more reds and pinks. Actually, I'm gonna pull this skein out, this one. That is a ball of yarn that in here. This is a Zobber ball that I'm going to use to knit a pair of socks for the Stephen West surprise sock along. Yeah, so I need to, I think I might add some yellow with that since I have yellow, but I'll pull out the yellow too and then decide, but I've been looking for it basically. I should tell you two things. Well, one, I'm also looking for some yarn that I'm going to give away as far as part of my um, Yarn Stash Smash 2026 second quarter giveaway. I drew the winners yesterday on my blog, and yesterday being July 3rd, not yesterday, July 9th. Uh, and I need to pull that yarn out. So I do have an idea of what yarn it is going, and so I just need to find it. All right, so this will be set aside because I will be using that to knit socks. Let's see here. Hang on. Oh, the other thing I should warn you about is that my Boston Terrier is behind me and he's sleeping and he snores and snorts and numerous other things in his sleep. So yeah, just be prepared. All right. All right, so these are other random balls. I don't know. Some of it's Malabrigo, some of it is, these are bamboo. Actually, I want to knit a lightweight top with these. Some more sock yarn, which really should be in my sock yarn. I don't know why it's not. Maybe I should pull it out and put it in my sock yarn. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. What yarn is this exactly? Oh, this is Knit Circus yarns, and it's Blueface Luster. Well, oh, that's why it's not my sock yarn, because it's not sock yarn. It's Blueface Luster, the colorway Bite Me. It's beautiful. But yeah, not in my sock yarn because there's no nylon in it. So, all right. All right, the reds will go over there. I kind of had these organized a little bit by color when I threw them in here because I had packed them all in groups. So I kind of had a system, but it fell out the window. All right, hang on while I'm thinking of it. I got the yellows. I'm going to see if this will be enough for socks. That I don't know though on that. So I'll set this aside. And if it is, then I'll use it. If it's enough, I'll use it for the surprise suck along. If not, I do have some other options in solid colors. So this year's surprise suck along, he recommended self-striping yarn. He's really pushing the Zobber balls, so I have one. And then a solid color that is complementary. So we'll see if that's going to work. Just set it aside. See? All right. All right. I should maybe warned you all about the crinkling. Okay. All the yarn is in plastic because I don't want bugs getting into my yarn. All right, these are 2 balls of, uh, is it Billum yarn? And I got these when I was at Stephen and West in the colorway. It says Panini, Lolly Panini, number 19. Yes. So I have 2 of these. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're both wool, so who knows? All right. Don't really know where to put that since it's multicolor. I'll maybe just start a rainbow pile over here. All right. This is a box that was on my desk. I don't really need it on my desk anymore, but it was random little doodad knick-knack things. I'm gonna set these aside because I do have to go through all my basically, stitch markers, things like that. I need to like go through and figure out what I'm doing with all of them. I do kind of have a plan, so I just set that over there. Oh, this is making tracks from Junction Fiber Mills. More multicolor, kind of in the reddish purple family. I believe this is DK. Yep, it's DK. And I'll eventually make something, maybe a hat. We'll see. That'll go in the reds. Oh, well, lots of red. I buy all this red yarn and then I hate to use it because I love red, but I really need to knit. This actually is meant. This is a sweater's quantity of blue face Leicester Cascade blue face Leicester, and it is all in reds, and it's more than a sweater's quantity. But I'm going to knit a sweater with it. I actually have a pattern in mind, so that'll go in the reds. Oh, this was some yarn that I bought to knit a hat. It was a kit. Pull it out here. I don't even know the kit name anymore, but I never knit the hat. I think it was like supposed to be a buffalo check, like plaid hat, and yeah, that kind of fell out of style. So yeah, but I have these. They're beautiful. So I'm just in their minis. I don't even know the yarn though. So random yarn. All right, so that would go in the red pile. I have a lot of red yarn, don't I? And yet, you rarely see me knit red yarn. Just like collecting it. Okay, this is more kind of red or orange yarn. Hang on. Yeah, orange, yellowish. This is actually or mohair and mulberry silk from Dally Yarns. And I was gonna knit like a shawl with this. I bought it as a kit and then I never did. So I had another somewhere here. I have like 2 more colors, and I think I might have sold one of the colors. Uh and yeah, I need to figure out what to do with these. I'm gonna put that kind of in the yellow family because it's closer to yellow than orange. All right. I'm gonna go over to this side because this side scares me. All right, this is actually from, is it Beautiful Knitters? I want to say it's Beautiful Knitters in London, Dye Bath, and it's uh, mohair and silk, and it's beautiful. I have enough to knit a little top with it, but just haven't done it. Yeah, don't know why. All right. That's some blues. I'm gonna start a blue pile over here. Oh, this I need to just, I don't know why I just don't donate this, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I got these on sale. They're Rowan Cashmere Haze. It's baby alpaca cashmere and silk. Maybe that's why I don't want to get rid of them because it's beautiful yarn. It's not really my color, but I got them on sale and I have, I don't know, like maybe 8 of these. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put that kind of in the bluish green area. Oh, these are another kit that I got that I never used to knit. I don't know what it was. I knitted. I bought this in 2019. I was at a yarn store or yarn show in Loveland, Colorado, and it's a Katia ombre, and it's basically a fade in blacks and grays. Yeah. So Atticus's mom likes shades of black and gray, so maybe I'll one day knit something for her with that. We'll see. I'm gonna have to start a like better pile here. I'll put that with the gray yarn. This is actually a kit to make a hat. It's Freya hand painted yarn, and uh, I was gonna knit this hat for my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, but I haven't done that yet either. So I'm gonna put that kind of with the greens, I guess. Yeah. Oh, this is from Alex at My Yarny Corner. I think she changed her name of her blog, but she used to dye yarn, and so this is some of her yarn. It's beautiful yarn. So this will go with the reddish. Yeah. This is um I don't know how to say this. King fiber. Well, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. Not really colors I like, but you never know. Someone one day might, you know, like it. This, I guess we'll go with the pinks. Oh, this is some Rowan Mordell and some oranges, lovely oranges, enough to make a sweater. And I probably will be using this something for myself. So I'll keep it. It's oranges, orange yellows going together. Oh, random skeins of purple and greens and these and blues. Just random mix. Put that over there. Oh, these are more of my knitting for olive. I bought all these knitting for olives to knit berry shawls, Stephen West shawls, and I never knit them. And I realized I really don't care for knitting for olives, so I have a bunch of them, and I have them up on my Ravelry page for selling them. So yeah, oranges, various shades of green and blue, more various shades of green and blue. Yeah. Okay, that one's empty. Oh, this is a kit to make a Andrea Mowry shawl. It's from Greenwood Fibers Arts, and I even have the pattern in there. I just need to do it. So, yeah, that will happen. And put that with the greens and blues. Random purple yarns. They some of them have labels, some do not. It just depends if they're partial or what. But I will use these. It's just a matter of time. All right, we're gonna go into the scary section here. Hopefully, as I pull the yarn out, nothing comes crashing down. All right. Oh, see what I mean? All right, this is more Rowan Mordale and some greens. I'm going to use those eventually on a sweater for me. So those greens. These are my these look like DK weight, just random scraps. So I'm gonna set these aside because I need to figure out what I'm doing with all my random scraps. So I had two containers that I used to keep them out on display. I don't well I'm not going to do that with all of them, but I'm going to do it with some of them. Probably not the DK weight because I have more fingering weight scraps. So, yes. This is leftover from when I knit the last gnome knit along, string knit along. So that was left over from Townhouse Yarn in Ireland and Dublin. Over there. Okay, let's go for it. Some red stranded dye work, and I've got a partial from when I knit the hat. Yeah, like I said, I have all this red yarn, but I don't like to use it because I love red, and it's like I'm collecting it just to collect it, and I need to just use it. How many of you do that where you don't actually use your yarn because you love it so much? Okay. This is just some white from Knit Picks Capra. Show you. It's a cashmere yarn. I just wanted to try it out, so I got 2 skeins of it. It's nice. I mean, I haven't knit with it, but it's nice, and it's just a white. So I will eventually use it for something. White's gonna go with the black and the grays. Oh, and this is a James Makes James Makes yarn skein that I got in Oxford, England, and just a shop there. And I was gonna knit a Sophie scarf with it, but I really don't wear scarves like that. So if I do it, it would be for a gift, and I still might. We'll see. Put that kind of in the. We'll put that with the rainbow yarn. All right. Now we got some issues. Hang on. Husband's walking by. All right, in my my tea tin here, I have a bunch of stitch markers, clips, other things. So setting those over here because I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with those and yeah, figure that out. Okay. I'm gonna do this one first. Oh, I keep these in the yarn cabinet to kind of just ward off moths. So they smell so good. All right. Uh, I have a container of the beans, dried beans. I use them to weigh down gnomes and things like that. When I'm knitting stuffies, I put them in the bottom, like a little baggie. This is a biscuit tin that has not socks, but these are yarn cozies and then random other yarn knitting supply things. So I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to go through it. My stuffing, I'm not going to leave my stuffing in the closet here because it takes up, or in the cabinet because it takes up too much room. So I'm gonna probably stick it up. I have room in my closet, in my like bedroom closet, so I'm gonna stick that up there most likely. Check that over there. Okay. Oh, this is a bunch of paint box cotton DK yarn that I bought to knit Atticus some baby thing when he was like before he was even born, and I haven't used it. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of the color. I mean, for baby stuff, it was probably fine, but he's now 3. He doesn't need this stuff, but I'll set it aside and I'll either use it or I'll sell it or eventually donate it. All right. Oh, this is one of the ones I've been looking for. This is my Madeline Tosh. It's a fade kit that I got. And this is one of the prizes that I'm sending out to one of the lucky Q2 winners from the Yarn Stash Smash 2026 knit along that I'm doing with Mandy at Mandy Von Knits / Diary of a Sweater Knitter. if you want more information about that, go below, click on the link. And we are just at the start of quarter 3, so you can post your finished objects on both of our Ravelry forums and be entered to win prizes. And this is a kit that I'm going to send as one of, it's not really a kit, but it's a fade, and I'm going to send it to one of the winners. These are just not really my color. So it is going to be over here. All right. Some more rainbow yarn. This is from East Coast Yarn Co. And I got this at, can't remember the name of his shop in Boston. So, yeah. My husband's pulling frozen shrimp out of the fridge. It's 4th of July. We're gonna have grilling the Barbie. Grill some shrimp on the Barbie. Yeah, so this will go in the rainbow pile. Oh, now I've got a dog behind me. Cookie, come here, girlfriend. Girlfriend. Oh, she's trying to get away. Look at her. Oh, hi. She has no teeth. Isn't she adorable? All right. She's trying to get to my husband. Okay, go. All right. There she goes. Tippy tappy. All right. Uh, These are my hefty jumbo bags that I use to store the yarn in, so I need to leave that out. Some more of these lavender ball things. I have a bunch of these. I have a bunch that I still need to put in to various places. All right. Oh, Stranded Dye Works. This is Jude from Stranded Dye Works. He is no longer knitting, but this was a special yarn that he knit in memory of his mother. And I have been hoarding it, trying to decide what I want to knit with it. Because it's one of those things that it's a special yarn from Jude. So I want to make sure what I knit with it is special as well. So gotta go over there in the blue greens. Oh, my knitting light. Yes. Actually, I could maybe use this because if you watch my episode last week, my lighting in my office is terrible. I need to work on it. All right. It's still all charged up. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm surprised. Okay, it'll go over here. This is some Pearl Soho cattail silk. Sorry. It's someone actually reached out to me about buying this, so I'm not gonna leave it out though because they messaged me yesterday, like 2 days ago, and I replied and they haven't replied back. So yeah, that over there. Random greens and blue yarn. A lot of strength dye work in there actually. So this needs to go in a new bag. This is my alpaca from the Hebridean Islands, I believe. Say it, yeah. It's a Hebridean Alpaca Company in the Isle of Skye in Scotland. When we were in Scotland, it's from Frank the Alpaca. I am using one skein of this. I already have it out for my halibut sweater, but this is what's left, and I need to seal it better because I don't want anything to happen to it. But we'll see. I just have it in this little plastic bag that I think there were like a swimsuit or something came in it for Atticus. So yeah, that's gone in the white pile. I need to dust in there. It's dusty. Okay, this is just some Garthenor organic Polyworth and Romney wool. Some purples. Put that over there. This is gonna come tumbling down. Some random white yarn. I have a few of these Hobby Dream colors. I had a sweater quantity and someone bought them but they left me with two. So yeah, I probably should just donate those, but you never know. Might use it for something. Oh, this is another skein of yarn, or another prize yarn that I'm giving away. This is a yarn from Snob, the Yarn Snob, yarns.com. I don't remember. Oh, that's why it scares me. Yarn is just falling out. This is beautiful yarn, but I'm again not my colors. This is a kind of a giant fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, cashmere, and silk. It's like in a very pale pink with gray, and it is going to go away as part of the Yarn Stash Smash 2026 second quarter giveaway. So I was looking for that. So glad I found it. Hold on. And it's like a double hank, so it's huge. All right. This is random green, I believe. Yep, random green. I have, uh, yeah, and a bunch of them. I'm knitting for Olive. Yeah, all of that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to be brave and pull that uh big thing out. A little scared. We'll try it. See how it goes. Oh, I have to be careful actually because I just realized my ball winder, my cake winder's in there. More reddish yarn, Rowan Mordale. Reddish purplish. No, more reddish, I'd say. Red. All right. I'm gonna try to do this without breaking anything. Okay. My ball winder, which I actually need because I need to wind some yarn. So setting that over there. Oh, oh, okay. This whole bag, they're basically my knitting supplies. Everything from things like this, like stitch markers. There is some yarn in here that I need to put away. My needles, my interchangeable needles, my like scale is in here, my random pom-poms. So this will be a part of the video that I go through and sort all of my notions, I guess you would call them. So for now, this huge heavy bag, I'm just gonna shove it over here. All right, this is some dishy. I have red and blue for dish class, so I need to knit some more. But right now we're overflowing in dish class because I bought some new ones, so I'm not going to knit these up right away. So I will put those somewhere that I will know where they are and use them in the future. Okay. Uh, oh, dust coming out. Oh, this is some yarn that I got in Ireland. Aran weight yarn, baby yarn though. So in a kind of a greenish color. So that goes in the green pile. Oh, this is my hand-dyed cotton yarn that I was knitting random dishcloths out of. So that we will just stick with the dishcloth yarn, I guess. Yeah. We're getting close. We're getting close. Random black and gray black and gray skeins. I go there. Random clip things to find. Yeah. Oh, here are my fingering weight leftovers. So I'm gonna set these aside because I think these are the ones that I'm going to go ahead and put on display in my office. I have a little bit of display space in there, so these Build it up. And then some, is that, oh, this is my one skein left over from my daughter-in-law's cardigan. It's a blue, it's a good blue. Another one of these. All right, I'm gonna pause you because I need to go get some like pledge or something to clean in here because it's dusty in here. And so I want to clean it, and then we're going to start sorting yarn and putting yarn back in here. Okay, I didn't go through this white thing. I'll do that separately. The white thing is just leftovers mostly. I kind of know what's in there, and I don't know that I necessarily need to go through it. I think I'll probably just shove it back under. Yeah, that was just I think it's like an underbed storage thing, and it has been living under that cabinet all this time, wherever the cabinet lived. Okay, I'm going to leave definitely this one side, one of these sides, for all my notions, like that big bag of notions and the ball winder and maybe the Swift, we'll see. But then the rest of this area, I mean, the rest of it is all up for grabs for yarn. So I'm just going to start loading things in. Based on what I'm seeing, I think I should leave this section for blues and greens and purples, even though, yeah, that's the biggest pile. Purple I like, but the blues and greens, I don't know why I have so much of the yarn because I don't really knit with those, but I do. So, Um, yeah. All right, I'm just gonna start loading. I will load the reds. And I think I can almost take this out and fill a whole section with red, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna shove things in. And I'm trying to have it be that when I close these, they close properly because they haven't been um, the last house. Like, well, okay, that's one of the reasons I needed to do Yarn Stash Bash 2026 because I just had too much yarn and I couldn't close these properly. So, my husband's gonna fix the cabinet doors though. He's gonna tighten them so they close better, but I need them not to be like the yarn, not to be pushing the doors out. Kind of important. Right. But now I'm not going to worry about, well, yeah, I probably will redistribute this stuff because I want it in a zipper bag. We don't supposedly have cloth moths and yarn, the kind that eat wool, but then every now and then I'll hear from people in Colorado who've had issues with yarn moths. So I don't want to take any chances. Those of you who display your yarn out in the open without cover, that to me is, you're pretty brave. Just saying. But I mean, you do you. It's just, everyone does their own thing. This is like a little ball of it. Yeah. So that's why I'm very cautious about putting everything in bags. So I just don't want to one day find that some critters ate my yarn. All right. I feel like I can put some oranges and yellows down here. I have room, so I'll do that. My husband pointed out to me now that he is going to be editing my yarn or my videos, he pointed out that he will now know everything yarn wise that I bring in the house. So I'm a little scared, but I've been really good this year. He knows everything I bought this year because he's been with me, or I've been real open about it. But that's not to say that I might not have some surprise purchases. All right. If I sound a little hoarse, a little tired, it's because I am. I actually took an hour and a half nap after we went to the farmer's market and breakfast with Atticus and his dad, and I came home and just crashed. So yeah, I'm recovering from that. Oh, I'm gonna have everything in good shape. I think. This setup having extra space did good. Letting some of the air out of one of these. Okay, these. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put all my yarn for my dishcloths in this one bag, and that will give me a bag then to put that alpaca in. And I'm gonna shove this down here, and that'll be like the black and white and yarn, the pitchy yarn. Okay, here's the alpaca. I don't know what my husband's doing. He's walking by. This is not all my yarn, just so you know, in case you're thinking that's not a whole lot of yarn. I have a big pile of sock yarn that we haven't gone through yet. So there's more. This is going to be one of those videos where I have to do it over a bunch of clips, and my husband's going to have a lot of editing, and he's going to jazz it up for us. All right. I think I'll put this rainbow yarn down there. Just, well, gosh, I don't know. Suddenly have all this room that I didn't have before. So I'm like, what do I do? Okay, let me put the rainbow yarn here. And then actually I have some other rainbowish kind of yarn. Not rainbow, but just multicolor. I'll sit in there too. And the stranded dye works because I love it. All right, the greens and blues. I'm gonna go up here. I feel like this mohair could all go in the same bag. So I'm gonna leave that out for now, and then I'll figure it out what I'm going to do. That's a blue. I'm gonna stick it. I don't want it to be mixed up with the black. So I'm gonna put all this cashmere, it's still cashmere, whatever, cashmere haze in a Ziploc bag because it wasn't before. And I'm gonna put the other mohair type yarn in there. I just don't know what to do with this. I bought it on sale when I didn't really know that I didn't like Acme yarn. My husband had all these big spread, and so he had all these spread bags, so I sold them for yarn. Oh, sorry, all right. This actually is gonna work great because I have suddenly all this extra space because I don't have my computer printer in there. I'm so glad. Makes me very happy. You know, I have these bins. I almost wonder if it would be good to put these in bins, but then those are going to take up room. So I don't know. I'll try it and see. Okay, that I feel is all that's going in there as far as yarn for right now. This empty one will have all my notions, but I need to go through those. So I'm going to pause the video. We're going to relocate. Okay, I'm back. Standing in the dining room. Kitchen's over there. Things are a mess. So ignore all that. I'm going to try to show you what I'm doing. I'm going through the randomness that was the kind of notions, partial skeins of yarn, things like that, and rehoming them, redistributing them to different containers, things like that. First off, I'm going to relocate the beans that I use. This container just is really awkward and big, and I think we can downsize it. So I got this jar from my husband from the kitchen, and I'm just going to put the beans in there, and we will store them in the cabinet still, but they'll just be out of the way. I mean, they won't be taking as much room. I still have a bunch of containers that we didn't use in my big closet that I showed you a picture of it last week. I was so proud of organizing it. So if you want to see it, so I'm just, yeah, filling. You don't need to see me as much. So, okay. All kinds of things on this table. All of the art back there still needs to be hung. All right. Okay. That'll take up a lot less room. Okay. I'll just set this aside for now. This is going to be donated because it was a throwaway bin that I just grabbed out of the bin of donations earlier, or like years ago. All right. Wow, got a lot. Okay, let's do this. This is the bin that I had my yarn scraps in, fingering weight. So I'm gonna reset that up because I do have a space that I can put stuff in. I clean it really quick. Okay, these are the fingering weight yarns that are gonna go in there. So I have lavender. I use these for heels, toes, and cuffs sometimes, but sometimes I just use them for um, if they're a mess, I'm gonna set them aside and reball them after. But some of them I just use as like for various when I need a little bit of yarn. So this is a mini skein. I'm just gonna leave it in there because heels, toes, and cuffs. If you were watching I think it was maybe 2 episodes ago, I was, I showed you my 12 cast-ons that I did with the Angie Yarn and Yarns, and I'm gonna wind that up, honestly. But I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with I had done some like banners, flags. I'd started them and I wasn't sure if I was going to continue. I'm going to continue now because I can hang them in my office. So it's just a matter of getting back to them. Yeah. I mean, some of these are really little. Like if I ever decide to do a scrap blanket that calls for like 5 grams or something, then I'll use these. So the DK weight ones, I'm gonna go through and stick them in that white container or that white under storage or under bed storage thing that's under the yarn cabinet. And then these, I had these big yarn needles in, kind of decorative yarn needles, and I'm going to stick those back in there. I have them stashed over here. Any that I need to rewind and throw in, I will. I won't do that on camera because that'll bore you to tears. And then I also have my sock ruler that'll go in there. It's this thing. So actually, I actually might not put that in there just yet because I'm getting some socks and I need them. So I need it to measure. Showed my husband the yarn cabinet after I had all that yarn in there. I said, look, I have more room to buy more yarn. And he said, oh, good. I think he was being facetious. So there's a lot of these I really should just rewind, but there's really, like I'm not going to worry about it if they're not perfectly wound. I just want them to be in some semblance of a yarn ball or yarn cake. I just don't want a bunch of ends sticking out type situation. Do you hear that? That's my old man dog. That's Obi. This move has been tough on Obi, I'll tell you. I think, he's 10 and he's acting really like an old dog now. And the carpet, or I mean, the floors in here are all hardwood and very slippery. And I think it's been bothering his legs. And yeah, it's kind of been sad, but just sad. It's what can you do? He's eating and he's happy. So, not I don't think in any, well, I think occasionally he has some arthritis pain, but nothing too bad. So not anything that we're gonna, you know, let him go or anything like that. But it's just sad seeing him age because he's been with us for so long. And yeah, sad. But he's doing okay. He had, as many of you know, he had cancer surgery. Was it in February, March? And he recovered from that nicely, but I think slowed him down a little bit. And then this move being in a new environment. And we also realized that he can't really see or hear like he used to. So that's an issue. I think when we moved, he was struggling with trying to find things and find his place and all that. So yeah, we're just trying to keep him comfortable and give him his best life. So I bought about like 3 new cooling dog beds for him because I wanted him to be able to lounge in comfort this summer. All right. The rest of these are going to go back in here, and then I will work on them tonight. And then I have in the bag. I have these needles. I'm gonna just stick them in kind of a decorative touch thing, and I have some that are going to not be used, so I'll have to figure those out. Yarn stoppers, things like that, and needle stoppers in these clear cases. I think most of them will stay in the clear cases, but I need to there are some that I want to kind of redistribute. Some of my double pointed needles and crochet hooks. So giant bag of yarn ends that I keep saying I'm going to use those to stuff things. I have yet to do that, but I can't bring myself to throw them away. So I'm just going to keep collecting them. I finished socks with these while we were moving, and so they will go in the sock yarn pile. These are knitting needles, but in reality, they're hair things, hairpins. But I had them in my decorative thing. Scale, pom poms. These are my eyes. They're eyes for stuffies and things. This is one of those folding pattern keeper things from Coco Knits. You put your pattern on and hold it, it has like keep track of it. I don't use paper patterns. So I like to have it around in case I do decide that I'm going to use a paper pattern. I don't know what to do with stuff like this. I use these things, gauge, ruler. Coco Knits like a yarn shaver for your sweaters, tapestry, cable needles, one of these watch things that you can keep your things on. I got it, but I don't really use it. These are my interchangeable needles. Oh, these tell me how to do things like Kitchener stitch. Yeah, I think these are Katrinkle yarns. I love these. Somewhere. These are for blocking. Another little socky. Yarn cozy. Barber cord. But I bought a whole spool of it at Michael's because eventually the barber cord gets stiff and breaks and it wears out. So rather than go buy the expensive kind, you can buy like a whole spool of it really cheap. Adjustable mitten blockers. I've never ever used this. This thing I'm gonna get rid of. This is a thing that I got. It's like a row counter, and you can put things. It's from the knit kit. It's called the knit kit. I don't use it. Bobbins. Don't use these either. If you're doing Tarsha. Yeah, I don't use these. These are little notion nests that came with one of my Stephen West kits. So those, I actually am gonna put those in one of my giveaway bags. Polar bear needle thing. My row counter ring that's too big, so I don't use it. Cookie tin, biscuit tin, darning loom from Katrinkles. Haven't used it ever, but some cute little labels. Made with love and swear words. I keep these. Pom pom maker. Got a bunch of these cake things, and I don't use them very often, but I do use them. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll put a lot of these random things in this other little tiny thing that I had on my desk. Oh, I have a little shawl pin. I'm just putting all these back in this bag. I find that keeping them in the bag works fine, so I don't feel like I need to undo that. I will just keep everything kind of how it was. In the tin, the biscuit tin, there is method to my madness. You just can't see it. I don't know if I see it right now either. This thing, this is a lockbox, cash lockbox that my dad had when I was a kid. I can't get rid of it, and I need to find some use for it. So I'm thinking it will come in handy with some notions or things. So we'll figure that out. You know, these crochet hooks I need to keep somewhere a little bit more convenient because when you drop a stitch and you need them, well, I most definitely am going to stick at least one in my desk drawer because I know I'll need it. I think I'll stick one in my bag that I keep uh knitting things in. I have an extra pair of scissors, so I'll just throw those in there too. Biscuit tin, going back in the bag. Stitch markers galore. I'll keep these in the cabinet also. Here it is. Go stick it back in there. All right, I'm back. It's a new day. It's Sunday, July 5th, and I am sitting on the floor of my office. Well, technically at work, but nothing is going on, so I can see my computers. If I suddenly lunge for a mouse or something, that's what's going on. All right, this is the stash of mostly sock yarn that is sitting in my office and I need to finish sorting it. So yesterday I was doing non-sock yarn. Uh, Most of it was DK and above. Some of it was fingering weight yarn, but it was all non-sock yarns. It didn't have nylon in it. And it was all organized in the yarn cabinet down the hall. That's done. I got all the everything put away in there. I did kind of rearrange a little, so I'll show you when I'm totally done, show you how it ended up because I did switch out a few boxes and things, storage boxes. So, all right, hang on and look at my computer. Okay. There are other people working, and I've been working by myself all morning, and it's been very quiet, so I'm not too worried about monitoring things closely. All right, let's go through things. This is that bag of fingering weight. I did wine yarn, so you probably saw some footage of me at some point, or you will, that I was winding yarn. I just need to hand wind these, so I'm gonna put these up on my desk, and I'll do that later. This yarn, yesterday I pulled it out and I was going to use it for my surprise sock along to go with this yarn. I checked the requirements on the pattern or on the Ravelry page, and I don't have enough of this, so I need to find something in this mess that will go with this. So, all right, I put the other yarn up and I'll leave this out so I will have it handy when I start pulling out my extra yarn. Oh, these are just sitting here. I'm gonna set them aside. I'm gonna get them packaged up probably later today and get them in the mail to the winners. So this one is going to Shauna's Stitches for the Yarn Stash Smash quarter two prize. It is it's not really a fade. I don't know. Well, it kind of is a fade, but with this yellow thrown in, which is in some of this yarn. And these just aren't my colors. And I know that Shauna likes pink, so I pulled that. Then this is going to, I believe her Ravelry username is Try Linda. I could be wrong. But this is a, uh, I can't remember what they call it. It's Yarn Snob yarns, and it's like a double skein. I think I showed you this yesterday, so it doesn't matter, but that's what it is. All right, I also pulled out a few kind of random things that I've not been using. Like I've never opened these, so I thought I would send them along as part of the prizes. Well, this actually I'm going to send to a friend. It's not going as far as the prizes, but this, and then I have that I showed you yesterday, the little needle um, thing to check the size of your needles. So those I'm going to throw in kind of extras. All right, let's see what's in here. This is my variegated yarn, I believe. So I'm going to go through. Right now, I have this big bin thing of it's my Not a Cozy Comfort Throw blanket yarn, and I've been knitting on it. It's been next to my desk, and I want to swap out. I think I'm going to swap out one of these bags, but I don't know which one yet, so I'll figure it out. I think it will work better as a storage thing. All right, so this, I just want to make sure that none of this yarn is yarn that shouldn't be in here. So it's all variegated, then I'm pretty sure. I just want to make sure because as I was moving, I was just randomly throwing. This is yarn I got in Taos, Pyramid Dye Works, Taos, New Mexico. Just yeah, this is just in this is October of 2025. Yeah. I'm getting down as far as my variegated sock yarn, so that's good. Yeah. Okay, this yarn can stay in here. It's not really yarn that I'm in a rush to use, but I try to always have a variegated sock on the needles until I use this up. And when I use that up, then um, I'm gonna try not to really buy a lot of variegated yarn. I'm not a huge fan of it, honestly. Every now and then, though, I will see a skein that I like, and that's okay. But I was just buying random variegated yarns that weren't really speaking to me, and yeah. All right, I'm gonna move the dog bed. First of all, it was buried under some things, and the dog couldn't get to it. So it's Cookie Cookie, who I showed you yesterday. It's her bed, and she's was not happy that she couldn't get to it. So I moved it out of the way. This is going to go most likely in this, but we'll see because I'm still figuring out logistics. All right. This is DK weight yarn scraps. I showed it to you yesterday. I want to organize it a little bit better, like organize it as in wind it up better. And then I am going to stick it in that white zippered under bed thing that I actually have under the yarn cabinet. So this will go on my desk, and I'll work on that this afternoon as I have time. All right, these are actually all of my yarn scraps that I have. Not, I shouldn't say yarn scraps. These are sock kits that I have knit socks with, or sock sets, I guess, that I've knit socks with. And I need to, I have enough left over to knit another pair of socks with each one of these. So I'm just going to go through and make sure it's really should be in this bag. This is the bag I think I'm going to swap it out. So, and the reason I'm doing this is I really feel like the other bag will be better for storage of this yarn. And some of this yarn, I want to remeasure because some of it may not be enough. I don't know that this is really enough. All right, I just use an old kitchen scale to weigh my yarn. And I should probably make sure that all of these actually have enough that I will be able to knit another pair of socks. And if I don't, then I'm going to put them probably in up there in the which you can't see, but I'll show you later. Up there in the glass container that it's a huge vase where I'm storing leftovers fingering weight. So for heels, toes, and cuffs. All right, hang on, let me measure this. Yes, this definitely does. And I'm going to go ahead and keep these minis with them because most of these, again, I have enough of that I can use. And I'm not going to weigh them all because some of them I know for a fact, but some of them I'm like, that's suspect. I don't know that I have enough. So let's see if I do or don't. Okay, now this one was, sorry for the crinkle, this was actually, I don't even know if this is sock yarn, fingering weight with nylon in it, so I need to check. This was part of an advent, and it says I have enough, but I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna set this aside. It was a Woolberry Galentine box. So I'm gonna set this up here on my desk. I've got it. Move my mouse. All right. Uh, these are the ones I was not sure if I had enough. I don't even remember ever knitting with this. This also does not look like fingering weight. So I need to look and see if that truly is. And I see I'm already looking at this going, I don't have enough. So I'm going to set this up on my desk. My desk is going to be too cluttered to actually do any more work today. So I'll stick around at work, but probably not do a whole lot of work. It's been quiet. It's been very quiet. All right, this is from another surprise sock along that I did a few years ago, and that was what was that yarn? I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's enough. Can't remember the name of the yarn, but I got it at Stephen and Penelope when I was there, and so I will knit another pair of socks with that. And as long as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm gonna swap out the things. All right, this one, maybe I have enough. I'm not sure because I used partial skein of it, or I used a little bit after I knit a pair of socks for my friend Brooke. I knit a pair of socks that did not fit Atticus, my grandson, but yeah. Yeah, that's not enough. So this and this one I'm going to set aside for the ones that will go up in the vase. Yeah, these could probably make a shorty. This is cotton wool addicts footprints, and so cotton and nylon. So I might keep that because I could see myself making shorties. So I'll keep that with the leftovers. Yeah. Oh, this is Christmas yarn, self-striking mustache yarn. It's elf and can't remember what the red and white were, but together at 48 grams, so that will definitely be enough that I could knit some socks, especially if I'm knitting those for Atticus. This one I'm pretty sure. This is some freckled whimsy, I believe. Believe that's freckled whimsy. Let's see. Together, I have enough. So let's get these. Actually, sorry, twinkle. Actually, I'm gonna swap these out because the bag, because I want it in a zipper bag. As I said yesterday, I'm very careful about keeping my yarn in bags that seal because I don't want to end up with bugs eating my yarn. So, all right. And because this one, I don't know if it's DK or not, I'm not going to check. I'll just throw it in there and I'll deal with it later and replace the bag if I need to. This one I know I have enough of. Same with this. Definitely this. Actually, this is I use this yarn, another Stephen and Penelope purchase, but it's Benda. Let's see, what's it called? Mill Region Vendam, from the Netherlands, and I definitely have enough to knit some stripy socks with that. So another one of these smelly things. Yep, definitely enough. Again, definitely enough. Questionable on this, so let's see what this even is. Don't know. Oh, I think this was maybe Explorer Knits. I think. Yeah, I think it is Explorer Knits. And I have two because I broke them into two. Yeah, I think I do have enough there. I just need to find a heel, toe, and cuff complementary color. Definitely again. I think most of these are going to be fine. I'm not worried. Oh, I don't even know what's in there, but oh, I know what these are. I have dried orchids. This was sitting under a window that had an orchid plant in it, and these are the dried orchid flowers that fell off. So I'll put those in the trash. Same thing, totally fine. Yep, totally fine. Okay, so those I'm mostly okay with them being, I think they're okay as far as going into the going back into a storage bin. The other bin is this thing. It's one of those things from Land's Ends. And I think given how much random ends I'm gonna have, or random leftovers of sock yarn in the long run, I will go ahead and put these in there and then um set this aside. I have a little space right under right there that it will fit perfectly. Those are my walking shoes that I use on the indoor treadmill. They've never set foot outside, and I want to keep them that way so that the treadmill doesn't get all gross. So they're to remind me to actually use the treadmill, but I don't really, and I need to. I especially now. Well, hang on. Actually, less so now because I'm outside quite a bit. Uh, More because of where we live now since we moved. So uh, I get more walking out on the street. So I have so many of these little things. I'm just gonna dump these right into. Hang on. I'm just gonna dump all of these right into this other bag, which is my Michelle Obama. We love Michelle, First Lady of Fabulous shopping bag that I got. I think it was during the Obama's first administration in San Francisco. Pretty sure it was the first one. Yeah. And I don't use it for shopping because I don't want anything to ruin it. So I instead just keep my yarn in it. I had ripped out another blanket that I had started with the Pearl Soho linen quill, and I saved the yarn by just doing little balls and they were in the bottom of the bag, and with the goal or with the idea that I would eventually use them all up in the blanket, in the new blanket. Um, and I will. And I'm putting all of the finger and weight leftover sock sets in here. And then I'm going to shove this under, I'll show you again, under there. Perfect. Yeah. So that will be kind of the scraps for finger and weight sock yarn that I can use to knit. Like I have enough of to knit another pair of socks. All right. Next up, back over this way. Okay, now this bag, which I stole from my daughter. I don't know where she got it, but it's huge, so it's a perfect bag. This bag actually has some overflow yarn in it that did not fit in my yarn cabinet at the other house, but now it will. I have no intention, well, I shouldn't say that. I might use it for socks, but kind of doubtful. Let me just go through and figure out. Anything I know I'm not going to do socks with, I'm going to pull out. Like this, my hedgehog fibers that I got in Ireland. I'm going to put this in the yarn cabinet because I know these aren't going to be socks. This is going to be a shawl. So, yes, these are not going to be socks. These are going to be a t-shirt or something. They are sock yarn, but they're too beautiful to be socks. Yeah, pull that out. Hang on, looking, nothing happened there. Okay, now this is where I might be able to find. This is solid Cascade heritage yarn that I bought specifically to knit some socks in solid colors. So this is where I feel like I'm gonna match up something to go with this. And oh, that's pretty. This is variegated, so I don't. Well, yeah, I think a solid color would be better. Ooh, I think that might be it. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. Pretty sure. See, think this will be the color that I do the socks in. Okay, so this I'm setting aside. I do need to wind that yarn up. Oh, and then I have these, which yeah, I like the one I just showed you. So that's for the B. All right. Hang on. Oh, and then this yarn, my husband's yarn for my husband's sweater uh, from Studio Donegal in Ireland. I got it specifically to knit his sweater. So this is going in the yarn cabinet. This is more solid yarn that will, these are singles from Life in the Long Grass, also going in the cabinet. Probably going to be, I don't know what it's going to be, but these were bought in Ireland also. So going in the yarn cabinet. Okay, now I have another big bag that I don't know what to do with. All right, I'm going to actually stick these. I hate to use, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and stick these in this solid bag of yarn because I do want to have some yarn just for solid socks every now and then. I want just a solid or variegated, but just slightly variegated. I guess actually I can just stick this some of this into the variegated pile. Do I want to do that though? Let's see. If I do, I need to get a better bag. Or I need to get some bags for these. Yeah, this I will because why not? You know. See, some of this yarn is close enough to being just a solid color that I'm not going to count it as variegated. But this kind, yeah, okay. All right, so this will go in the variegated. This will go in the variegated, even though I don't know that I really want to knit socks with it, but it'll go in there. Empty bag. That's progress. This I will need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I might stick it because it's solid. I might stick it in the yarn cabinet and just know that it's there, and then it's sock yarn, and that if I need it, it's in there. Okay. All right. This is a project bag. I do have some loose project bags in there, and I think actually I'm gonna end up putting my project bags in one of these, so I'll deal with that later. This, sorry, is all my self-striping. I'm not going to go through this because we know it's self-striping and they're new skeins. And so, yeah, I will just set it aside until I figure out where it's going to go. All right, these things I need to figure out. These are projects I've knit that I want to hang up in here. uh, Up there on a few other things. I have a screen that I'm gonna order to block off where the bicycle is because the bike's gonna stay in here. One bike's gonna stay in here. We have one in storage. One is safely secured in our garage, and then one has nowhere to live, so it's sitting over here. So for now, these actually I'm gonna stick them in here so they don't get British. And I don't even think, I think like some of these I can go ahead and put, this is like a cowl. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in our closet with the winter stuff. My brioche cowls, because I'll use these. So I'm gonna throw it over that way, hopefully not hit the dog. Okay, computer doing fine. This is a knitted sweater that it's very poorly knitted. It's like maybe the second sweater I knit, but I do like to wear it every now and then. So I'm going to put it in here until I get my like hooks and things all set up in here. It'll just be living in that bag. All right, now these are where we end up with the project bags. I am leaning towards making this a combination of um, project bags and then also holding my sock yarn. So for right now, that's kind of, I think, what it's going to be, because um, I have another basket that's much smaller and I'm using it to hold the project bags that I'm actively knitting on. So as I finish a project, I'll pull another one of these out and put it in the other basket and then cycle through them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. This this is my mom's broken bag and I need to get it fixed. It's her Louis Vuitton bag and it has random things in that I need to deal with. So I'm going to go through that at some point and deal with it. I just haven't gotten to it. Let me see. Nothing going on at work. All right. These, okay, well, first of all, I need a project bag for a few of these upcoming sock things. So I'm gonna put, I showed you this the other day. I pulled this is variegated yarn that I'm gonna knit up some socks. So I wound this and it's gonna go in my little stash thing and it'll go out in the living room with the other bags that I'm actively working on. All right. Let me start putting some things away that are project bags that I'm not working on currently, but that do have live projects in. I think, is it just the two? It might just be the two. It's pretty impressive. All right, actually, this bag has all my advent yarn in that I'm picking advent yarn out of to knit projects. So this is considered also project bag. So we'll put that in. All right. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot about this one. Another project bag, the live project. This is going to get kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay. These are all my project bags, the empty ones, and I need to deal with those. All right. So I'm going to put, yeah, some of the yarn just have to sit off to the side. There we go. There. Okay. Do I have, okay. So this I need to figure out what to do. This is a bag full of project bags that I'm not using. Hang on, looking at my messages, nothing. Some of these project bags I just want to get rid of, honestly, but I hate to get rid of project bags, but I have so many of them. Oh, I need a project bag with Christmas theme. Is that going to be too big? That might be too small, I mean. So hang on. I think some of these are just going to go, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, honestly. It's just like very, gosh, way too many project bags. Someone remind me of this when I say I'm looking at project bags to buy, because I just don't need any more. Yeah. All right. Oh, that one definitely is not going anywhere. I love that. Yeah, some of these I'm just gonna probably donate. Okay, I am most definitely missing a few project bags because I know this for a fact because, oh, they're in here, in fact. Oh, wait. Yeah, so many more project bags in here. It's just so sad. All right, I'm gonna pull this Christmas one out for my Christmas in July knitting. And this is the yarn I'm using for that. I'm not gonna cast that on until my self-striping sock that I currently have on the needles, sock the needles. I just cannot bring myself to get rid of these project bags. You know, it's like each one has this little memory or something about it that I'm like, oh, I like that project bag. I might use it. So that's like a real serious issue I need to get over because I have way too many. Hang on, computer, nothing. Well, in that regard, in that sense, I'm glad I found this because maybe I will get rid of a few, but so far, everyone I pull out, I'm like, oh, I get rid of that. Okay, I found one that I want to get rid of, and that's it. Yeah, I don't need that one. Yeah, this is just sad that I have so many project bags that I don't want to get rid of. Some of these are just too little. Like I don't like using them because they're so little, and I really am not a like I want to have room for my yarn in the project bag and other doodads. So I'm like, well, that won't work. Botanical yarns. Why did I get rid of that? Don't know. I also have like these little bags that I hate to get rid of because I want to just keep yarn in just because, you know, why not? But I really think it's time to just clean house some of these. Like this, I'm going to keep because it's an organza bag and I can keep my yarn in it and seal it up. So yeah. But I have more, you know, I have these ones that are solid that I'm like, no, I need to get rid of those, right? Well, I'm going to use this Hawaiian one for my Stephen West project, for my surprise supplement, another organza bag, which I'll use. All right, now I'm going to get serious and I'm going to put, okay, I've got a stack here that I think I can get rid of. At least 6 of them I'm going to get rid of. And then maybe 3 more. We'll see there. I'm on the fence about those. All right, so these I'm just going to fold up, stick in this big bag that I don't really need, that I stole from my kid. It's another one of these. But I find that these are good to just store things in. So, all right. Nothing going on at work. All right. Yeah, I'll just store my project bags in a bag. Where these will go, questionable. I might just stick these in a closet somewhere because I don't really need them in my office and I don't need them in the yarn cabinet. So, yeah. Okay. All right, so yeah, I mean, I filled that whole thing up with project bags, so no more project bags for me. All right, so this will go probably in my in a closet, and then I have these bags I need to stick in to save to reuse. I like the organza bags to use for yarn too because you can see what's in them. All right, do I have anything else that's going? I'm gonna put this right here, and then just know my projects are under there. This bag of the knitted items that I am gonna hang up, I will leave out over here just until I get all my hanging things up. And then I probably will get rid of at least one of these bags that I stole from my daughter since I don't need them. This shaved ice bag, I will put my Stephen West yarn in for this price up along. I love my little Hello Kitty bag, but it's really kind of small. So I think I'm going to set it as a giveaway. I'll do, when I do a giveaway, another giveaway, I will give it away. So I am now done with the floor portion of the show. And I need to organize up there as much as I can because I don't have hooks or anything up there yet to hang things. And I want to put some lights up there and I don't have those ready. So we'll just wait on that. All right. All right. These are just some fairy lights and I thought I'd put them up there just to add more light to my not so great lighting space. All right, this is what it's looking like right now. Don't know if it's will stay this way, but there will be hooks up there and some finished objects hanging and some other things underneath. I'm going to try to get some more lights under there so we get rid of that shadow. That's how the floor area ended up. Now the big bag, I don't know if you can see it right there, right there. That stuff that's in that bag will eventually be hung up or put away. So that'll go away. My mom's Louis bag probably will always be there in some capacity, but I need to go through it in the dog bed because that's where one of the dogs likes to sleep. All right. So my bike's over there. There's my bike. Yeah, so it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, I'm going to show you the cabinet, the yarn cabinet, and then I think we could wrap this up for now. I mean, I will eventually add some more stuff under right there in that white space, but not today. Probably not. Well, I might get to it before this goes up. So if I do, then I will show it to you. All right, this is how the yarn cabinet turned out. I will move you a little closer, but let me just give you the full scan. There it is. And then this is what changed. I had those clear boxes, but then I also had these, which I was using elsewhere, and they ended up not getting used. So I have them now on my stitch markers in these open bins. This is my ball winder. It will just stay there. And yeah, it turned out okay. I'm happy with it. I did put my watercolor supplies right here, and then all the notions and things, my scale, all that in that bag there. So, I mean, it is contained in a semi-organized fashion. So I feel like I did pretty good. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I may come back with some new background in my office, but we'll see if that happens this week before this goes up.